My name is Justin Riker, and I'm doing the biomechanical analysis of the basketball jump shot. There are many purposes of the jump shot. One of the main ones being allowing the player to attempt to score a basket by jumping and simultaneously releasing the basketball towards the rim of the basket. So the offensive player has the advantage by jumping and shooting the basketball because it makes it harder for the opponent to defend. The jump shot also allows the player to give more power to the shot. So when a player arises straight up and with the proper mechanics, it will propel the basketball towards the basket. Form becomes an important aspect of shooting the basketball. You want the feet shoulder width apart for good balance. You want the shooting foot slightly ahead of the non-shooting foot. So in the next picture, you'll see my subject Kevin is left-handed, left-footed, so his left foot is slightly in front of the right foot. You also want to have the feet pointed in the general direction of the basket with the hips aligned. So you don't have to have it directly towards the basket, but you want to have your feet and hips body aligned towards the basket to make the jump shot a lot easier for you. And with every jump shot, you want to flex and bend the knees. That's going to give you that power and force to jump and release the ball simultaneously. So you see my subject, Kevin. He's actually facing a basketball hoop. I didn't get the picture from the aspect of him from behind. But you can see he's at the elbow at the free throw line. So he has his body aligned towards the basket. So his left shooting foot is slightly ahead of his non-shooting foot. His feet are in an open stance with his feet pointed in the general direction of the basket, and his eyes are on the target. So we get into the technique. So with the body now facing the basket, we get into technique. So you want to have a firm grip on the basketball. The ball should sit on your fingers and never be in your palm because you're not releasing from the palm. The last finger the ball is touching is your middle finger as you release. The non-shooting hand should be on the side of the ball and always come off the ball first. After flexing the knees and hips and creating the grand reaction force to begin the jump, you'll begin to elevate. The ball should start to motion up with you without dipping and remain in front of you, never going behind your head. The body will begin to uncoil and extend the legs, core, and arm in a coordinated movement. The elbow and wrist should extend in a straight line towards the basket. And as you're getting ready to release the ball should roll off the fingers with backspin, so you're creating torque into the shot to create the backspin for the basketball. So release the ball at the top of the jump. And then lastly, follow through the entire shot. The wrist should be relaxed with the fingers pointed at the rim. You should see your fingers at the top of the shot. And land in the same spot you jump. That means that you just have, the balance of the shot is perfect. You're not moving any other way. And here we go to perform the jump shot. So as Kevin, his first phase of performing the jump shot, is beginning to produce force to the ground, so bending the knees. So the force of his jump shot begins in his calves, and it's going to move through his quads, core, shoulder, biceps, triceps, and wrist into the release. The more force he creates at the beginning of the jump shot, the more force he'll be able to be capable of producing during the motion of the shot. So this is when he begins to get into the air. His knees now extend, and the force created at the ground is beginning to lift the shooter off the ground. The ball is still in front of him with the elbow flexed, which will go into extension in the air when he releases the ball. The legs begin to work as they straighten and apply force to elevate him into the air. So now this is him in the air right before the release. So in the air, the shooter has to determine the amount of power to exert on the shot. So different positions on the court are going to require a different amount of power. Where he's at the free throw line, the elbow, it's going to be a different amount of power that's going to be produced than where he would be at the three-point line. So he has to apply enough force and velocity to get the ball to the basket. As the force is now being delivered into the elbows and shoulders, he'll begin to release the basketball. He will begin creating torque at the wrist to give the ball backspin towards the rim. So his backspin gives the ball a better opportunity to go into the hoop. And if he misses, say, the backspin allows the ball to hit off the rim and make a good situation for a rebound. So, like it says, the backspin gives the ball good movement and can give the ball a good bounce off the rim if the shot is missed. And then releasing the ball. So the force applied to the basketball is caused by the rotation at the fulcrum, which is at the wrist. When the ball is cocked back to the arm, the axis of rotation is at the elbow. The lever of the wrist helps guide the ball off the middle finger and the index fingers. Like I said before, the middle finger is the last one to touch the ball and creates the spin, the edge of the fingers. So the wrist muscles go from eccentric to concentric, pulling the wrist upwards. So then now the axis is now at the wrist as the ball is being released. So now we get into Kevin actually executing the jump shot. With Kevin weighing approximately 72.5 kilograms, he needs to exert more than 725 newtons of force into the ground in order to create a reaction force that will send him into the air. It's important for the shooter to have his feet shoulder width apart as they start to jump, so that their center of mass stays along the midline of the body. If he's leaning to either side, like the front or the back, then the body will travel in the direction as they leave the ground, and that will not jump as high. Jumping straight up vertically also helps the accuracy of his shot. Let's get into the levers that he's using. The levers enable him to gain a mechanical advantage by producing either strength or range of motion and speed. He has 3 different types of levers in the body. There's the first, second, and third class levers. The jump shot uses 2 third-class levers. The first lever works as the tricep muscle moves from being an eccentric contraction to a concentric contraction once the arm has straightened out as the ball is released. The second lever that's used is this technique has more to do with the accuracy of the shot. It's another third-class lever that is similar to the first one, but has its fulcrum in the wrist. So its effort where the tendon for the forearm connects to the hand, and its load as the ball is held in the hand. This lever helps guide the ball off the middle and index fingers as the shot is completed. As the wrist muscles and tendons go from eccentric to concentric, they pull the wrist upwards and make it follow through to where the forearm is facing. And then lastly, right here, we get into his projection angle. So the projection angle is the power required for a particular jump shot, and also the accuracy of the shot are largely affected by the projection and angle of the release. The height of the release has a big influence on the angle and the power required in the release. So you can see that when the jump shot is from further away, he'll have to release the ball at a less of an angle than he would have if he's close to the shot, like he is at the elbow of the free throw line. So that's pretty much the little bit of the analysis of the jump shot. You can go way more in depth, but that would take more than 10 minutes to get in. But mainly this is the analysis of the jump shot that would be more important, with the force and the projection angle and all the other kinematics of the jump shot. I hope everybody enjoys the video, and I look forward to everybody's feedback. Thank you.